This is our afternoon walk over here in Chelsea.
Welcome to Boating with Day Trade. We're on a walk today. We're just going to talk about our channel. We're at dead low tide, and we'll probably have about maybe 4 foot if you know your way in, 5 to 6 feet. So what a lot of boaters do, they'll hug the piles. You see the pile there? We have maybe a half a dozen piles that leads into the marina, so they'll stay tight to the piles. But I do something opposite. What I do is I stay close to the edge where the barges are, because it's deeper on that side. So I'll stay close to the edge all the way down, and once the pier stops, so I'll hug the pier. There's more water by the pier. Where the pier stops, and I dive in to the marina, into the, as close as I can to the boats, and then I go into my slip.
Yeah.
So that's my little secret for low tide boating with Day Trade. That's my
very low tide, people.
That's my low tide secret. Never nicked a prop, never hit my prop. Always come in safely. I never dig up any mud. But yeah, I keep it tight to the pier, and then I dive into the boats and go into my finger. Thank you. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up and ring the bell.
And this is when we're entering. This is when we're coming back from the harbor to come into our marina. You don't usually see this because it's usually full of water. The ocean comes all the way down to here and high. As you can see the color of the rocks, how they change, so you can see where the water meets. And this is what we have now, low tide. How low can it go, huh, Tarek? Go.
Welcome back to Boating with Day Trade. Today we're insulating our fuel tank. The fuel tank sits really close to the exhaust manifold, to the riser. The exhaust manifold and riser, which after long terms of running, I'm not saying it can happen, but there's a possibility of heat building up in the engine room that can create vapor lock or other issues with heat. So we're just using a I don't think this is 3M, but this is just a glued on heat barrier. You could use any kind of your choice, but this one has the fiberglass. I should have gloves on, and it's just a little spray on application, and it's just gonna it'll decorate the engine room a little bit, but the main purpose is to prevent the heat, keep the heat out of the fuel system.
Can we see the spray on, or you're trying to not?
We use a 3M high strength 94 ET spray, and we also wrap our fuel lines. Well, not on this engine as yet, but we also wrap the fuel lines with heat prevention. This is an aluminum wrap, but you could use any kind of heat prevention wrap just to keep the heat out of the fuel system. Thank you. Boating with Day Trade. Always keeping the maintenance going.
So that keeps the, what is this big boiler? What is it?
That's a fuel tank.
Okay, this silver
It keeps the heat
filter
out. It just keeps the heat
keeps
out of
the
it.
heat out of it. Okay.
It just helps keeping the heat out. Will it? Yes. Is it a good idea? A great idea. Should Seray have done this? Yes. For new engines, there's no problem, but as the engines get older, the material breaks down, and then it induces heat into the system. But brand new engines, no problem. Or brand new systems, no problem. But the older boats like mine's, you gotta do everything you can, because heat is your number one enemy. When you realize heat is your enemy, then you realize how to keep heat out of your system. Heat's always been the enemy. I can't compromise that. So this part's not going to be pretty, but doesn't matter. So we go from here to here. Then we'll go from here. Cut this valve up. And then go from here to here. And cut the top off. I should have a mask on, but anyway, the job's done.